Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And recently I was challenged by Mr. 42 and Beretta Man for the 10 question quarantine challenge. And stick around to the end for a couple of unboxings.
Just start. We'll finish.
Quick finishing pass, not too bad. And I'll probably do that.
Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. He's safe and have fun on the range.
All right, so the 10 question quarantine challenge. First question, how many rolls of toilet paper do I own? I'm not going to go count, but generally speaking, I own 50 to 60 rolls of toilet paper. I just buy a 48 roll pack, use half of it, buy another pack, use half of it, buy another pack. So 50 to 60 rolls is generally how I roll. Anyhow, question 2. I know, bad dad jokes. What's the biggest challenge during this lockdown? My life hasn't changed a whole lot during this whole lockdown thing, but I'd have to say that indoor ranges being closed, that kind of puts a damper on some things, because you just can't have it take a 15-minute drive and then go to the indoor range. Now it's an hour drive to shoot outside. And I love shooting outside, don't get me wrong, but it just kind of takes a little bit more time in the day. I got to strategically plan things out a little bit better. Question number 3, where do I live? I live in the great state of Minnesota. Beautiful, majestic forests up north, beautiful plains to the west, and in the southeast corner of the state, huge cliffs and valleys. It's just beautiful. Lakes everywhere, and I highly recommend you come check it out if you ever have the means. Beautiful, beautiful state. Question number 4. What have you gone without recently? Sleep. Sleep's what I have gone without recently. I've definitely been sleeping a lot less at work, or the place that I work. We just recently furloughed 111 people. So there's a lot less people around work. So we're just kind of taking in all that extra work. So Monday, Tuesday, worked 12 hours a day there, and then Wednesday was a 13-hour day, Thursday was a 12-hour day, and Friday I got out of there around 10.5 hours. So a lot of extra work has been going around, so not too much time for other things to do at home when they need to get done, so then sleep gets pushed back a little bit more. Question number 4. What have you gone without, or excuse me, I just read question 4. Question 5, excuse me. What am I most grateful for? Every day I'm most grateful for the Lord our God, Jesus Christ, who not only died for my sins, but the sins of everyone, regardless of who they are. And that might seem like a sappy answer, but that's my answer. In the immediate reality that we're in, I guess what I'm most grateful for is less traffic on the roads, cheaper gas prices, just tiny little things like that. I know that might sound selfish, but I mean, that's just what it is. Grateful for all the little things as well. What do I miss the most? Generally speaking, I don't miss anything because my life really hasn't changed that much, but my beautiful wife who works at home is now taking our kid to daycare. So seeing the daycare lady every day in the mornings is that's kind of a downer. I really enjoy seeing her. She's an awesome person. So that's probably the thing I miss the most right now. Question number 7. When did I last go camping? That's kind of a different question because some people consider camping this, some people consider camping this, so I got kind of a 2 answer for that one. The last time I was camping in a camper or houseboat was last year. I love doing that, try to get that done at least once a year. And camping as far as just marching out into the wilderness with nothing but a tent and a backpack, a compass, and a map. When I was 22 years old, me and a bunch of friends did that in the dead of winter, and I learned never to sleep just on a pile of snow. Always get yourself elevated, or if there isn't any better way of doing it, then you have to dig a trench that's lower than ground level. Otherwise, when you wake up, your feet are going to be frozen, your hands and fingers are going to be frozen. It's nothing pretty. Even with warm weather clothing and bags, you're going to end up freezing your outer extremities. And it's just not fun when you wake up. Let's see. Question number 8. What is my favorite quarantine food? I'm going to go macaroni and cheese with summer sausage sliced up into it. That's my favorite quarantine food. Question number 9. How do I exercise? Weight training for me stopped about 3 years ago. I don't have time for it. My time right now goes to other things as directed. And I guess at work, my work is extremely labor intensive. And then on top of that, I get push-ups in between times I'm extremely busy and not as busy, or pull-ups. and I will generally, whenever I take a flight of stairs, which is generally once an hour, 2 to 3 flights, I will run up them as fast as I can. So I do try to stay active and try to exercise my body every day, at least when I'm at work. So that's pretty much how my exercising goes right now. And question number 10, who do I challenge? A lot of guys have already done this challenge. I'm kind of the last one to do this challenge. So I'm gonna leave this challenge open because I don't want to leave anyone out. So if you want to do this challenge, you can just say that I tagged you in, and then you can do a video on it. So that's pretty much it for me. I do have a couple of unboxings though. The Zeke Shoots channel. Thank you very much, Zeke, by the way. First and foremost, I sent him some grease, high pressure grease that's specialized for pressing in stuff. And he does a lot of pressing of barrels, sight blocks, gas blocks, so he'll get good use out of that. And he was kind enough to send me a 1964 Nova wagon. This is a collector's item from Hot Wheels. It's actually number 198 out of 250. So thank you very much, Zeke. I am a bit of a car guy. And he also was kind enough to send me this little model of a ShyTac M200. So again, thank you very much. The ironic part about this is I actually know a guy with a ShyTac M200 intervention. And about for the last year, I've tried to line up our schedules so we can go shoot that. He is extremely busy. He works a lot, makes a lot of money. Obviously, those rifles are extremely, extremely expensive. I doubt that'll ever come to fruition, but hopefully sometime in the future it will. Also, the Poor Conservatives YouTube channel had a giveaway, and I actually won a little bit. Got a Kershaw knife, got a bunch of stickers and business cards from other guys in the YouTube community. I actually got a patch. This is Budget Guns and Gear Review. This is a channel that Mike owns. Very nice guy. You can find him on the Full 30 forum as well. And one of my favorite things to get, because it's just the gift that keeps on giving, a pocket Constitution. I always carry one of these around with me, or a couple extras, so I can hand them out to people that just might not know exactly all about or what is in the Constitution. And I think that is paramount these days. I think that's extremely important, a cornerstone of our current civilization, and the reason a lot of freedoms, not only that our country enjoys, but other countries because of us. Anyhow, not trying to sound like we're the only reason, but I do think that the Constitution is extremely important because it separates more of obvious rights that you have because you were born and the rights that a government bestows upon you. And the only reason I'm saying that is because that's the argument people want to argue. Anyhow, if anything else, remember that loots is fast, brakes only slow you down, and supporting the gun community and talking to people who are maybe anti-gun in a non-didactic way, just sharing your opinion, might help turn them or get them to see things in a different light than just yelling. Anyhow, remember that's a responsibility that we all have to do, and that's the only way we're going to get this ship turned around in the right direction. Anyhow, have fun on the range and be safe as always, and I'll see you next time.